ackee trees here from Backyard Farmer Pat. So let's unbox together. She said she had put a chia stick in here to support the tree so we can grow the chia. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, she had already told me about the sun frost damage on the leaves. But other than that, everything else is fine. It's looking good. Ackee, please Lord, let it be okay here in where we live. What is this? Oh, is that not the ackee seed? Got an ackee seed for free too. Look at this. Let's see what happens. Let's just leave this here. So let's put it outside for a bit. Nice. Welcome home. Okay, this is where I will keep her for the time being because it's kind of cold this week. For the rest of the week, we're having 40-degree nights. And right now it's 60 out there at 12 o'clock in the day. So protection is the theme of my gardening ventures today. I am putting up this trellis for my sugar pod peas. Trellises not only give a vertical place for vines to grow up, but also protects the leaves or fruits or food that bears from resting on the soil where it can either get blemished or early rot or even disease. I'll also be putting in some hoops that I can use my frost cloth or shade cloth to cover. I won't be covering them today though, but I'll be installing the hoops. I'll also show you how I am going to protect my strawberries as well as young seedlings like that cantaloupe that kept being eaten. So I'm using some plastic fencing that I've already measured out, and I'll be zip tying them to some branches that I have cleaned off the leaves and all of that from the tree that we had downed. And as I mentioned before, I had also gotten some shade cloth and frost cloth with hoops for the garden beds, the 4 garden beds. So I'll be installing that as well. So I'll be able to get some protection from not just frost, but from the sun in the summer. So based on the height of this trellis, it shouldn't be a problem for the installation of the hoops in this bed. For the most part, where I need trellising, I'll be using the fence, my 6-foot fence by the neighbors. So after doing all of that, it ended up being a little unstable in terms of if there's any strong wind or anything. So I asked my husband to come and help to bolt some straps to each side to get it to be sturdy. Okay, here's the final product. And it's sturdy. So I have a trellis for the sugar pod peas, and some cherry tomatoes are here as well, and I can still cover from sun and frost at any time. Those are the cups that I ran out last night and covered the little pods because I didn't know if they were frost tolerant. And yeah, that's the tree that we cut down. It was too close to the house, so we used the parts of the stump to make little stools. And a side table. My husband varnished it, the top, so it's waterproof because we get the dew dripping on it each night. The sticks were also taken from that same tree, so used all the resources that we have to make the trellis supports. They're pretty sturdy, but eventually I probably might have to. Well, I'm only doing beans and tomatoes, so I don't really need T-posts for those. And it's probably still strong enough for the eggplant that I'll have in that bed over there. Okay, hoops. I put up the hoops and I cut up the fabric, frost cover, shade cover. I'm not putting it because what's in the bed doesn't need protection from the cold right now, so it's really just a couple of pots like the new eggplant seedlings. I just cover those with pots. Everything else is frost tolerant. These are so impressive. I did grow Irish potatoes in the summer towards fall, and I got marbles, but at that time I didn't know anything about gardening, a whole lot less than I do now. I didn't really do anything. It was just probably a little black cow. No, was there a black cow? I think it was just topsoil. I had no clue, so I didn't add anything to anything. So now I know. Okay, so it went down to about 40 something last night, well, early this morning, starting from 3 to 4. So I ran out and covered all of the new string beans. Not gonna let that happen again, so I'm uncovering them now. It's about 10 o'clock and the sun is just trying to warm up here. So I'll more than likely do this again tonight until I think the next 3-4 days maybe. But I'm gonna be putting up my what is it called? You'll see. The protective covering for the beds. Trying to set that up. So I just did this for the sugar pod peas. That's down at the bottom. So this looks good. My peppers, cover them up with pots and then the shower curtain. squirrel activity, pestilence. I covered the potatoes last night. I know they're not, just with the mulch, because I had that left over, but I know they're fine with the cold. Absolutely fine with the cold. They're doing pretty good too. Doing very well. So let's see how we did. Great, we're doing good. We're fine this morning. All right, let's see. I had a box. I had this box over there. I had taken it off earlier. I'm gonna stake these again. Well, I had to take out the stakes last night to get the box over it, but I'm just trying my best to save what I can save tonight until another 4 or 5 days. Wake up, rise and shine. This had been injured from the week before. I don't know if it's the frost or maybe the squirrels. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, like I said, I have some seedlings. Winter squash. Same thing happened from last week. That was from last week. Oh Lord. Okay. So I just replaced them with some new ones. So that's why these are here. Directly sown. Yeah. And let's see. My cantaloupe did not make it. So I replaced it with another one that I had. Got a little dirty. Okay. I don't know if these are sunflowers, but I had put some flower seeds in here. Definitely sunflowers and some others. I think those might be the sun. I'm not sure. You guys can tell me. Okay, so strawberries are fruiting and blossoming. So to protect them from the birds and the squirrels, put this Dollar Tree little basket over it. They have some taller ones. I think I'll try and look for some taller ones, but that should work for the time being. Radishes. And I think I see some parsnip or something like that under there. So here's an update on the apple seeds. I have 2 apple seedlings coming up. I'm not sure what this is or this, if they're anything to do with banana, so we'll keep watching. So I put the ackee seedling tree here for the last 2 days to see how it would do in the little above 50-degree nights, and it seems to be okay. So as you suspected, more than likely, when I transplanted those seedlings the other day, it was more than likely a little too early, but it just created more work for me, but they're okay. So these were some of the flower morning glory and stuff that I had transplanted, and so each night I've had to make sure that they're covered. So I'm uncovering. I uncover them during the days. But everything I planted except for whatever the crows damaged are okay. These are the tomato seedlings, and I'm gonna stake them today. Well, I'm gonna stake them as soon as I can really stop covering them at night, which will probably be in another week. So I'm gonna have to do this for a while. Maybe I won't have to really, but I'm just trying to be careful because it's been over. But once it's like in the 40s, I've been covering them. I think last night was like 51 was the lowest. So, and the cucumbers, they're probably taking a little bit of a hit. But I have sown some more seeds. And I would be directly sowing seeds because cucumbers can directly sow. But I have like at least 4 seedlings ready to transplant in a couple of weeks when it should warm up for sure. The potatoes are doing so well. I am so pleased. I did potatoes last summer, going towards fall, and I did get potatoes, but they were just marbles. They weren't even qualified to be called baby potatoes. They were more than likely called marbles. But I did nothing at the time because I was so uneducated. I hadn't amended anything. It was just like topsoil and black cow compost from the store. I didn't fertilize, I didn't do anything. I had some eggplant in here. I didn't cover this last night. I've been covering them, but this looked like it got snapped. Anyway, we'll see. I have some more eggplant inside too. And the peppers, yeah, that was definitely too early, and I didn't want to risk the pepper seedlings. And I also learned that peppers don't really like to be in big containers. They kind of like close quarters. So I potted them. I put them in cups. So I put them in here. I put them back into cups until the weather warms up and they get a little bigger, or some of them will get a little bigger. And these are some of the eggplants and sorrel and stuff that I did over. The cucumbers, seedlings are doing fine. Okay, before I close out this video, I'll just give you a slight mini tour of what I've done. I cleared out a lot of this snow peas and built, not really built, but stuck some sticks we have so that they can trail, because I have this rosemary there that was being crowded and wasn't getting much sun, so I was concerned about it. So now it can get all the sun in the world and everything is looking a lot neater. Snow peas was really tying on to itself and going back down to the ground and all that sort of thing. But we've had some rains even during this slightly cold spell, and so the beds have really flourished. I've given them some fish emulsion and stuff, so everything has really flourished in the last 2 weeks, week and a half or so. It's like night and day when I look back at the videos. It's really astounding. So thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for my next update. I have something interesting coming. I truly can't get over how much these potatoes have been growing. They're spilling over the boxes at this point in only like a week and a half. This cilantro has grown like about a foot and a half in the last week. And I had amended the bed. I put back the vines of the snow peas, cut them up real tiny with scissors and laid them back into the ground. Added some more soil and remulched with hay, and they've been watered with like fish emulsion and banana tea, so all that good stuff. I'm learning to ride and whistle. First bloom in the garden from the seeds sown last fall. I was saying to my husband the other day that gardening makes me think of learning to drive a manual transmission vehicle. When you start to learn how to change gears and still steer at the same time, and maneuvering the clutch and the gas, and remembering to indicate, and everything you have to eventually like practice each part, but then you eventually have to learn how to put it all together. Last year I was planting and dealing with soil and putting in seeds and all that stuff, but I wasn't fertilizing. And now here I am trying to get it all to be synchronizing. Still not great at it, and still testing some limits and learning from my youthful exuberance in my experience, but it's coming together. I want to thank you for coming along on the journey of this gardening and faith journey. I want to remind you that I have playlists. My playlists are segmented into daily Bible reading, and separate playlists for cooking and for gardening, with some intermingling here and there. And if you're interested in that banana tea I was talking about, here's a video right here. See you next time.